Friday morning as we head into the weekend. It's going to be, well, beautiful weekend actually, if you count the fact it's pretty much going to be sunny and warm and all that. But I know she's pointing out that I have powdered sugar all over me, and that's because I brought in goodies, lots of goodies. Now, I already ate this one.
I'm guessing it was the
It was
powdered
powdered sugar one, yeah. And now I've got the powdered sugar base on my black pants.
You need sprinkles.
Navy blue pants and black shirt. Sprinkles will be on top of that. Then I'll top it off with a little glaze, pieces, and some chocolate.
Okay.
My ensemble will be done for the day. Although I'm looking at that lemon, the lemon stuff.
Don't eat this one. I want this one.
Okay, you can have that one. I got these mainly because they're just colorful. They got that weird like blue, green, pink icing with colored sprinkles. I don't think the blue, green, and pink icing has a blue, pink, or green flavor. I think it's just colorful. I bet they taste the same.
I think the pink used to be strawberry. I could be wrong.
Really? We'll have to see. I'll have to take a bite of everything just to see.
You have to figure it out.
Yeah, I love. What's the name of the donut shop up there?
Licking Good.
Licking Good. You know, they opened one years ago. I'd never heard of Licking Good because I was living up in Birmingham area while I was in Alabaster, and they opened a Licking Good donut shop in Alabaster near my house, and it was these guys had opened one up there, and they did something amazing for up there. They opened it like 5:00, and see, I think they opened at 4:30 at that one. Anyway, I could actually go by on my way to work. They opened early enough I could take donuts to work every morning.
Well, that's
because
good.
a lot of donut shops don't open till 5:30 or 6, and that's too late. I was already on the air,
Their kolaches are really good.
Oh yeah, I've never had one. I saw a couple this morning I went in so I could look at everything. And those kolaches look pretty good. I've had good ones and bad ones.
Yeah.
There was a gas station down in Bessemer that had phenomenal big ones, and they were delicious. The bread was amazing. And anytime we had a remote down there, we'd go grab kolaches there. So, matter of fact, I got in. I didn't get in trouble. What happened was we decided we were going to have who sang "Long Black Train." His name is I can see his face.
Hold on.
Wasn't he on American Idol?
I bet our guest would know.
Yeah, I bet he would too. Anyway, we're gonna have a guest this morning who's gonna sing, so we got entertainment coming in this morning. Anyway, he's a big star. He's huge. Anyway,
Josh Turner.
Josh Turner was gonna come on our morning show with us one morning, and this is when he was brand new, and that was his song was just out. It was a hit, but it was his only song, and nobody knew who Josh Turner was much. Brand new, just gotten married to his wife, who, by the way, is a concert pianist and keyboard and sings opera. She's incredibly talented. Anyway, so they show up, young couple. He was new to the business, and we just happened to have booked doing our morning show at a gas station in Bessemer. So we had to put him on a stool between gas pumps to sing and perform for us. And he'll tell you to this day, it was one of the most belittling, terrible events. He thought here he was finally making it big, and he goes to this radio station in Birmingham, Alabama, and they put him on a stool outside between two gas pumps. It was horrible. We did that to him, and I also did a terrible thing that even Jason Aldean talks about to this day, that one of the worst things he ever had to do was come do my morning show with me and Patty at the Shelby County Airport, because we just happened to have him booked to come on one morning that we were doing our show the Friday morning before an air show. So he had to go out in the dark, out on the traffic way between two hangars, and perform for 3 people. Now, of course, everybody on the air heard him, but there were only 3 people in the dark watching him sing. He said it was awful. So they remember me. Josh Turner and Jason Aldean remember a dollar bill because that was one of the worst things they ever had to do. And they remind me of it every time I saw them over the years. But they laugh about it now because matter of fact, Jason Aldean says he's still, when he's he's such a big star, and he's been that way now for long enough that he's kind of used to being such a big name in country music. He says that reminds him that brings him back down to earth and humbles him and reminds him that you could lose it at any time and you could be back to playing in the dark to three people or in front of a gas pump.
So have you heard, since we're on the topic of country music, have you heard of Ella Langley?
I've heard of Ella Langley.
I need you to be a Ella fella.
Why?
So we can jam out together.
Is she good?
Yes.
What
She's
does
from
she do?
Alabama.
Ella Langley, is she the one that played? I think Ella Langley played this thing called Stump Fest one year back 2019. She played on Lay Lake.
Probably.
On a floating dock. It's called Stump Fest. They have this, they put a floating dock, a floating stage, and they get artists to come play. And I think Ella Langley was one of the ones that played Stump Fest on Lay Lake in 2019. But I don't know much about her. Where's she from in Alabama?
She's near. I would know, but then I forgot because you asked me. I don't know. Hold on. She's up, like past Greenville, in Alabama.
South of us here, but on 65. So what is she? Is she making? I haven't heard of her. So is she doing well in the business or starting?
She's doing really good.
Really? I mean, she already got a label and she putting out records and she's on the radio and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Ella Langley, what's her song? Big hit song.
Right. She's done a bunch of songs with like Riley Green. You know,
she's written for other artists too.
Well, they did like a duet together.
Oh, they did.
It says Hope Hole.
Oh, I know where Hope Hole is.
Isn't that past Greenville?
Yeah, it's down.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Well, neat. Ella Langley. I'll have to look her up and listen to her. I haven't. Now that I'm out of the business.
Yeah.
I don't pay attention anymore to what's going on in the music business much. I just kind of quit. I just stopped paying attention.
Yeah.
I listen a little, but I don't listen like I used to listen for hours, literally every day. And I'd read and I'd keep up with who's coming up and who's going out and who's doing this and that. Now I'm just a consumer. I just listen when I can, and I don't keep up with anything because I kind of, be honest with you, got burned out on it.
Yeah.
And it does change and move so fast nowadays. In the old days, things moved slower. You could have a guy or a girl have a hit, kind of an overnight sensation, but it was still slower. Now with the internet and people doing things on Spotify and all that, you can come out of nowhere instantly, and you can also go away instantly, and it's so fast, I can't keep up with it now.
Yeah.
And I don't. Anyway, we're glad you're with us. It is 7:12. It's 12 after 7. We're in a drought. And, that's the Midwest. The weather right now, I don't know if it's what this thing is, if it's global warming or what, but boy, weather is crazy. The people in the Midwest this weekend are supposed to they had a storm yesterday somewhere, and I've forgotten where it was. They got flooding in like Michigan and places in Minnesota. They had a hailstorm that looked like the end of the world with big hunks of ice tearing everything up. They're supposed to have a good chance of some really severe storms and tornadoes all across the Midwest this weekend. We are strictly going to be dry pretty much the whole weekend. There's a really slight chance of some rain, I think, on Saturday night into Sunday, but it's like a 20-30% chance. So it's not much. And we are in extreme drought conditions in some areas and drought in others. So there's a no burn issue out for a lot of folks. Don't burn any fires, especially if it's breezy. And it's, I'm out watering stuff. Mary has me, watering everything now pretty much every day because it's really starting to show. And, when you invest a lot of money in fancy plants, I call them fancy, things that just grow, then they can come and go as nature wills.
Yeah.
But if you go pay big money at Petals from the Past or somewhere, or the Lowe's or somewhere, and get buy plants and then put them in the ground or put them in pot, you have an investment then that you don't want them to die because you paid money for them. So we're out there paying water money to try to keep them alive. But we have a lemon tree we're fond of that we keep, so. Anyway, be careful this weekend. There's going to be nice weather if you want to go to the lake, to the creek, or just out. It's going to be hot and it's going to be dry, but then again, it's going to be dry and there's a drought, so be careful. 7:14. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back coming up in just a minute. We're going to be talking with a young man that's an artist, performer. We'll talk with him a little bit. He's got a little event he's going to be doing that sounds really fun and exciting. And then he's going to perform for us this morning a couple of songs. So.
Yes, his name's Bryce Carden.
Bryce Carden.
Yes.
So Bryce, we'll be talking with Bryce here in just a bit. Stay with us right here on Morning Mayhem on Piper Peach Radio.
I wish I could.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience.
It is 7:17. We're glad to be with you on this Friday morning, heading into a hot, dry weekend here on Piper Peach Radio, Morning Mayhem. Good to be with you. Thank you for watching and listening to us this morning. Ooh, earthquake. Oh, Baden saved me to get closer. I'm not...
He will buy.
I'm not trying to squeeze you in, Bryce, but Bryce Carden here is with us this morning. And Bryce... show us that tattoo on your arm. Oh, I think that's so cool.
Let's see if we can get it in there.
Let's see if you can show it. It is a tribute to your uncle, right?
Yes, sir.
And what was your uncle's name?
Barry Carden.
Barry Carden.
Yes, sir.
Lived in Georgia, a musician, and you said you believe that your uncle's kind of is what gave you your love and your talent for music, right?
I feel so.
Yeah,
I feel so.
I think that's great because no one in my family decided to pass any of that on to me. I have no musical talent. So, what did your uncle play and do? It was guitar, I assume, with the picture.
Well, it was just about anything, really. He could. It was just about anything, really.
He was that kind.
Yeah.
I hate him.
Just pick
I
up
only mean
anything.
that in a good way.
That's right. He could pick up anything and play it, and he'd be a professional.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Can you do that?
No, not even close.
You play guitar, I assume.
I play guitar, a little bit of piano, not much. not much to say that I play.
Have you done that all? Did you start young with the guitar? Did music hit you early?
No, actually, I sang most of my childhood just around the house. Never kind of real shy, never in front of anybody.
Sang into a brush
Soap bottle. Yeah,
yeah.
that's right. Yeah. And you know, when I was 15, I started playing piano. Lost interest, and you know, I graduated in 2020, so I didn't have you know, anything to do because of COVID. So I had all this money.
I didn't think about that year.
I had all this money from graduation, and I didn't plan on going to college or going anywhere because, you know, everything was shut down. So I just went on Amazon, bought me my first guitar.
Really? Is that how you did it?
That's how I did it.
And did you teach yourself to play?
Went on YouTube. I spent, you know, hours a day on YouTube learning how to play guitar.
That astounds me.
Yes,
That's
sir.
astounding. Now, where'd you go to high school? Where'd you graduate?
I graduated in Social Circle, Georgia.
So now, how did you end up? All right, so you're over in Georgia. How'd you end up in Clanton, Alabama, or this area? Clanton,
Well,
Jemison, Pelham.
It's pretty funny. I did commercial HVAC for a while right out of high school. You know, just trying to live free.
Hey,
you know.
listen, that's a great
Yes, sir.
skill.
Out of mom and dad's house and going, you know, out of state and living wild and free and getting to do what I want. And I met this gal down in Pelham. She was with her cousin at a restaurant in Pelham. And I saw her, and, you know, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go over and talk to her. So I went up, and we started talking. I got her number. I texted her and told her, I said, look, I said, I don't have a car with me because I ride with somebody and I don't have much money. But if you come pick me up from the hotel, I'll take you to Steak and Shake.
I love it.
And it was just corny enough to work.
Yeah.
And now
Did you
we're
take her to the
married,
Steak and Shake
so.
up in Alabaster?
Pelham.
Pelham, yeah.
one in Pelham.
And you married her.
And now we're married.
It was
Yep.
meant to be.
We got married February 28th
Of
this year. This year.
Congratulations.
Newlyweds.
And they said it wouldn't last.
That's right.
That's
right.
great, man. She's from Pelham.
She's from Chilton County. She's from Jemison.
Jemison. Okay,
Jemison.
so where do you live now?
We live in Jemison, right beside the elementary school.
Excellent, excellent. So, you taught yourself to play. You've sung, you know, all your life to songs and stuff. Do you have any favorite artist or genre that you like?
Well, I tell you, Merle Haggard.
Oh,
is
love the
probably
Hag.
top of the list.
Yes.
Hank Williams. I like Hank
Senior or
Williams.
junior?
Both.
Good.
Both. And newer artists, you know, I like Luke Combs. And
Luke Combs is
I
great.
listen to Morgan Wallen here.
You like these Georgia boys and stuff.
and
too.
Ella Langley.
See, now that's what she asked me. I'd never heard of
So
Ella
you're
Langley.
an Ella fella.
I'm a Ella fella, and my wife hates it.
Why?
Really?
Well, I sang a song on TikTok to Ella Langley.
Okay.
And you know, like one of her songs.
Yeah.
I forget which one it was, but I tag all the artists that I sing their songs. And I woke up one morning. It was like 6 a.m. Woke up getting ready for work. I look at my phone and it says Ella Langley had liked your video.
No.
And I was like rubbing my eyes, and you know, my wife was in the bathroom at the time getting ready for work, and I said, Catherine, I said, you're never gonna believe who liked my video. And I told her, and she was like, you're lying. I said, no, I'm not. And she came in there and she looked, and I called her. I said, Elle Bell knows me. And she went
Okay,
ballistic
that's
over
valid.
that one. Yeah.
That's valid.
Yeah, you're too young to marry. You know, when you get my age, my wife, if I said, you know, some girl artist like me, my wife would say, "You wish," you know. But yeah, you got to be careful. You're too newlywed. Well, that is awesome, and I'm gonna have to look up Ella Langley, and maybe I'll be
show
an
you,
Ella
for sure.
fella.
For sure. I think you would be.
I saw where I think she played a little festival on Lay Lake back in like 2019,
Yeah.
just before, about the time you were getting ready to graduate, and it's called Stump Fest,
Yeah.
and it's up there on Lay Lake, and I think I just saw a post of that they're wanting her to come back now.
Yeah.
It's free; they don't pay anything, so I don't know if she's going to do it.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
so speaking of little events, you're getting ready for one, right?
Yes, I am. In June 20th, we throw this big festival. You know, my uncle started throwing it in Brooks, Georgia. He called it Brookstock. And so when he passed on, I just kind of wanted to keep that alive, but have it, you know, closer to me. And so I picked up where he left off, brought it over here, you know, try to get some talented artists, local musicians that want to come and just play. And,
just enjoy
enjoy fun.
Kind of jam and play and
bring
sing.
their family. And, you know, we do just free food. We cook the food, and you just come and eat and listen to music and have fun, enjoy life.
Like a big family reunion or
big
picnic.
family reunion with people that you never met in your life.
That's exactly the way I like it. That's that can be great. Now, did you do it last year, or is this your first year?
We did do it last year. We did it last year, and it ended up getting rained out. And since I didn't have a stage built up with a canopy or anything, I had to cancel the music.
Sure.
But we had a big old 80-foot tarp that my father-in-law had, and, you know, we rolled it out. We have a real hilly backyard and a pond behind our house. We rolled it out, put some Dawn dish soap on it. We had about 20 to 30 people going down this 80-foot slip and slide. Pouring rain. We have all these other little tents set up, and all these other people are sitting underneath them watching all these big dudes getting down. Yeah. And, man, it was
flopping
something.
Big bellies.
It was something, I tell you that.
I love that. So it was almost like you turned it into a little mini Woodstock.
Yeah, we sure did. We sure did. We just went with the flow on that one, and I think that's probably the best part about it.
Yeah, you know, when you just do stuff like that, the whole thing is, you know, there's one thing about buying a ticket and going to a concert venue. There's something special about events like you're throwing that you see come up every now and then, where it's just people that share a love of music and just want to be together. It's kind of like you said, like a family, and like a big relationship thing of people you don't even know, but you share a common thing, and it's magical. It really, really is. It's those events that happen in your life that happen rarely, sadly, but they can be so special.
Yeah.
So, and I love the fact you're doing this in honor of your uncle. He died, you said, of cancer early. So that's so sad. But I bet he's smiling at this. Now, you're going to do it this year, and it's, what again? It's June what?
June 20th.
June 20th. Now, where are you doing it?
So we live off of County Road 153 in Jemison, St. Paul Loop.
Place.
Yep, at our place, right behind our house. You know, we have a pretty decent sized field, and we have cornhole boards come out there. You know, you can play cornhole. Free food. Tiffany with Old Town Scoops is going to be there.
Oh,
she's going to bring
wonderful.
that. Yeah,
she's so sweet.
Yeah, she's going to bring the ice cream truck, as far as I know. I got to talk to her again.
I'll tell her she needs to.
But it's going to be a fun time, and you know, hopefully it'll grow from here.
You're inviting your friends and anybody that wants to come. Is that
Basically,
right?
anybody that wants to come on down. We'll have food. We'll have music. We'll have friends.
You're going to perform, of course. Do you know anybody else that's already said they'll be there to perform if they can?
So I've talked to a good buddy of mine, Lee Allen Carter. He's out of Birmingham, Hoover area. He came last year.
Oh, good.
And so far locally, not sure if she's still coming, but I've talked to her mother, is Trinity Bean.
Oh,
yeah.
Very good.
And phenomenal artist.
Yes.
I heard her play the first time at the Old Town Jemison. She came out there and she played before I did. And I was like, well, now I'm done for her. I said she played before me, and I can't top that. And it was her first time out there too, and it was just unbelible. So,
isn't that amazing? Well, good.
Yes.
So she's hopefully going to be there too.
I hope so, because she'll carry the show for sure.
I can't wait. You're going to be performing here in just a few minutes, and we're excited about that.
So you got your foot in the door with Ella Langley already.
Yeah.
You need to get her to come.
Yeah, definitely. I'll see what I can do. I'm just trying to.
Now that y'all are such tight buds.
Yeah, just tight buds. Yeah.
Y'all are on nickname basis.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she calls me B Rice.
Does she really?
I got no idea. I hope so.
Be Rice. That's funny. That's like Will I Am.
Yes, sir.
Be Rice.
Be
Or I
Rice.
guess I could be Be Ill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dollar Be Ill.
Dollar BL.
Yeah. So you're going to be performing for us here in a few minutes. We're excited about that. You're going to have the tarp out and the Dawn detergent out there just in case.
Maybe so.
Or hose pipes.
Maybe so. Yes,
'Cause
sir.
I would like to do the slip and slide.
That's fine. We'll do it.
I do it automatically
You have
because I
to do
fall
it
down all the time.
After the 4 monsters.
After the well, I'm only on my second one, so I'll be talking really fast by 9 o'clock today. No, I love these things. They're probably terrible for you, but
Really?
and Bryce wouldn't eat anything. We offered him a donut, but he said, "I don't eat before I sing," and that's smart because I didn't know this until I talked to some I think big artists told me this. Never eat ice cream within hours before performing. Have you ever heard that?
I've never heard of that.
Ice cream and the thick milk stuff will gum up your voice so bad. They said ice cream's got to always be after you perform or sing.
How about that?
I didn't know that, but I've heard that from like multiple artists over the years. And I never knew that.
You don't have to worry about that for me.
You don't like ice cream?
I just don't eat it much. So,
Do you not?
Yeah, not much.
I eat every bit I can get my hands. I'm an ice cream freak.
Oh yeah, I'll go get a milkshake once every blue
Yeah.
moon, but that's about it.
I use a milkshake to wash down my ice cream cone.
That's right.
The kind of thing. So what are you going to be singing for us this morning?
So I think I'm gonna start out with Leonard Skinner. Simple Man.
I love that song.
Well,
Lynyrd
little
Skynyrd.
throwback.
Yep, that's
yes,
good.
Sir. And well, I don't want to spoil it, and that's a long
Okay, you're going to
name,
give us
so.
we'll do I will tell people as a tease, it's a classic.
It's a classic.
It's a classic from a classic artist.
That's right.
I'm excited about hearing it. Well,
Yes, sir.
we're going to take a break, and then when we come back, we'll be letting you perform for us. And we'll go out into our little other studio there. And we appreciate you coming up this morning.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all for having me.
Good luck. Now, I never did ask. What do you call your gathering? Do you have a name for it?
It's called Berry Fest. It's after my
Berry Fest.
uncle. And
his name
just
was?
seemed Barry Carden.
Barry.
Yes, sir.
So it's Berry Fest.
Berry Fest. I
I
just
like
feel like
that.
it was fitting. And,
Yeah.
I think that is great. I love when people love somebody in their life and they do something to carry on their legacy.
Yes,
I
sir.
think that is so. It just makes the whole event even better when you do it in love of
absolutely.
somebody or respect for somebody. So
Yes, sir.
we hope Berry Fest you have a great weather and great time, great turnout. Everything's fun.
Yes, sir.
Well, good. Well, we're gonna hear B Ice. No, what'd you
B.
say?
Rice.
B
Yeah,
Rice. There you
there
go.
you go.
B Rice. I left the R out. B Rice is going to be performing for us here in just a few minutes. So we'll take a break at 7:32, 28 minutes away from 8 o'clock. And Bryce will be up in just a few minutes. Stay with us.
Need reliable towing or diesel repair? Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984. Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205 755 3550.
The plans you have for your property need the right equipment. Kubota has reliable tractors, utility vehicles, and mowers to help you make the most of your land, along with strong dealer support. Stop by today to explore our lineup. Right now, bring home select Kubota BX Series with 0% financing available or save up to $1,500. Now through February 28th, see us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Get by Clanton Tractor today or visit ClantonTractor.com.
Need care fast? Come see us at Chilton Urgent Care, 1210 7th Street South in Clanton. We offer efficient care with minimal wait times and a wide array of services, including on-site x-rays, wound care, and quick assistance with urgent needs. Medicare and most private insurance and private pay welcome. No appointment needed. Walk in Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 8 to 4. Call 205-280-0620. Chilton Urgent Care. Quality care when you need it. Looking to save some money and keep your vehicle running smooth? Head to McSweeney Auto Group for their oil change special, just $29.95. Mark your calendar for March 11th, 12th, and 13th, and again, March 26th, 27th, and 28th. And that's not all. This special will continue the 2nd and 4th weeks of April and May, giving you 3 full months of savings. Here's how it works. Take a quick test drive and receive your oil change voucher. It's that simple. Offer valid Tuesday through Thursday only. Excludes high performance and diesel oil changes.
All right, we are back in our little performance area here at Piper Peach Radio out in the lobby. And we have Bryce Carden here with us who's going to perform for us. Bryce, again, thank you for coming out and doing that this morning.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
We appreciate you doing this. We are excited about your festival coming up at your house in the 20th of June.
Yes, sir.
And we'd love to hear you this morning. So, ladies and gentlemen, Bryce Carden.
Yes, sir. Mama told me when I was young, come sit beside me, my only son. Listen closely to what I say, and if you do this, it'll help you some sunny day. Take your time, don't live too fast. Troubles will come, they will pass. You'll find a woman, and you'll find love. And don't forget, son, there's someone up above. And baby, be a simple kind of man who'll be something you love and understand. Well, baby, be a simple kind of man who'll be something you love and understand. Forget your lust for that rich man's gold. All that you need is in your soul. And you can do this, oh, if you try. All I want for you, my son, is to be satisfied. And baby, be a simple kind of man. Oh, be something you love and understand. Baby, be a simple kind of man. Oh, won't you do this for me, son, if you can? Baby, be a simple kind of man. Oh, be something you love and understand. Baby, be a simple kind of man. Oh, won't you do this for me, son, if you can? Here's a little classic for you here. Let's hope I do this one right. Cowboys ain't easy to love. They're harder to hold. They rather give you a song, diamonds of gold. Lone Star and buckles, no fade and Levi's. Each night begins a new day. If you don't understand him, he don't die young. He'll probably just ride away. So mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Don't let them pick them guitars and drive them old trucks. Let them be doctors and lawyers and such. Oh, mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Cowboys like smoky old pool rooms and clear mountain mornings. Little puppies and children, girls of the night. Them that don't know him won't like him, and them that do sometimes don't know how. take it. He ain't wrong, he's different, but his pride won't let him. The things that make you think he's right. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Don't let them pick them guitars and drive them old trucks. Let them be doctors and lawyers and such. Oh, mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. They won't never stay on. They won't ever slip up. Oh, a cowboy don't show emotions 'cause they're built up. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Don't let them pick them guitars and drive them old trucks. Let them be doctors and lawyers and such. Oh, mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Oh, cowboys. Thank you. Yeah, I fumbled up. All that.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience. Need reliable towing or diesel repair? Mims Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust Mims Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984. Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
We are back with donuts. Hey, Dollar Bill and Krissy here with us. We're having a good, you got the fancy sprinklers. I got the lemon filled. Mm-hmm. Bryce, I forgot what Bryce got. He grabbed one on the way out, thank
He
goodness.
got chocolate.
Did he?
Yeah.
Chocolate's good. Bryce, Baden hadn't gotten one yet. We got to get him a donut. We're glad to be with you on this Friday morning. Thank you so much for watching and listening. And, we got a weekend to go. You do anything special this weekend?
No, I don't think so. I just go day by day, honestly.
But sometimes you go out and have to do things for the station, don't you?
Yes, I don't.
You don't have anything booked this weekend?
Not that I've been made aware of.
Good. That's good. It's nice to have a weekend off.
But he
once
also
in a while.
tells me within like.
Oh, so like you might find
6
out later
hours.
today you've got something.
I know there's an Old Town Scoops. I think it's tonight. The artist Tyler Nichols will be there.
Oh, at Old Town Scoops or in Jemison?
In Old Town, right
Old
there.
Town Jemison.
He's
Very
performing.
good. And is he a local guy?
I'm not sure.
What's his name?
Tyler Nichols?
That name rings a bell. Tyler Nichols. Well, it ought to be a good night. The weather's going to be perfect for it. It's going to be warm, clear, and dry. So I think it's been a little breezy, though.
That's nice, though.
It is.
I like it being
especially
breezy.
if it's hot, because the breeze is nice.
Yeah.
And the only thing is, it stirs up the pollen.
Yeah.
And that's bad.
Yeah.
Pollen has been bad this year. I'm normally not that reactive to pollen, but boy, this year something has bloomed that normally doesn't bloom in the amount it has, because I've really been all this stuff.
Gets in your eyes, your nose, your throat. Ugh.
Yeah, your eyes burn. It's terrible. So whatever your plans are this weekend, hope it's good. I know a lot of folks are starting to hit the lakes. I'm on Lay Lake, and through the winter, you'll see a few fishermen once in a while, but not a lot of recreational boating, mostly fishermen. Then when the weather turns like it is now, and we're getting closer to summer, oh man, you start seeing more of the pontoon boats and the wake boats.
Do you have a boat?
I did. I got rid of it. I had a pontoon boat and a Sea-Doo, but I got rid of them a few years ago. I planned on getting a newer one, a nice, newer one, because the other one I had was getting kind of aged. And I just hadn't. And I've got mobility problems. I don't get around good.
Yeah.
And that doesn't help you when you're trying to get on and off a boat that's floating, in the water. So my wife Mary's says, "You're done with boats." And I said, "No, I'm not." And she said, "You're done with boats." And I went, "Well, maybe I am if you said so, but I'd love to get one more little pontoon boat, maybe. I think I could do okay without killing myself, but who knows?
You need to get.
I grew up all my life. I've had a boat. I've had access to boats, and we lived on Gunnersville back through the 50s, 60s, and 70s. We had a place up on Neely Henry near Gadsden for years, and then now I'm on Lay. And I just feel it's just weird not being able to go down and get in the boat and go for a ride or something, you know.
Sea-Doo makes a little pontoon boat.
Who does? Sea-Doo? Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to know the name of it.
I don't know. I've just seen
Phenomenal. And
it's like a tiny pontoon.
It's a little pontoon boat, and it's supposed to be phenomenal in a lot of ways. It's modular. You drive it like a Sea-Doo.
Yeah.
And I forgot, there's a name for it. Like not a scooter. Anyway, it's they're great. That was what I was actually looking at buying, and because it's small. You know, the one I had before was like a 26-footer. It was huge. And, you know, a pontoon boat is great for just getting out and just going kind of slow. But this thing, I don't remember if it was a Yamaha or a Honda. It was 150 on it. And I could pull a skier behind that big pontoon boat, one skier. I don't know if I could do, or a tube, you know, easily.
Yeah.
But it was so big, and docking it could be quite challenging when the wind was crosswind was blowing, because a big pontoon boat is like a huge. I mean, it's like crabbing in the wind if you're flying an airplane. You got to really play with it with the wind, and it can play havoc. But like I said, I've been in boats all my life, and it was fun. But you know, I am getting older, and my vision's not that good, and I get around it. So I don't know. I might be a little more dangerous now in a boat than I used to be. It's terrible. I did have a friend, though. It's funny because the people that lived next door to us, I saw her come in her big, pretty pontoon boat last year, I guess it was. And I don't know what she was doing, but she was coming in at quite the rate of speed. And she slammed into the dock. I mean, she banged up her pontoon boat and tore a chunk of the dock up. I don't know what she was thinking, but of course, you know, most people go, ooh, like, oh, God. I'm laughing. I'm laying down, rolling, laughing. Nobody got hurt, of course, so that's all that mattered. But, oh, my God, I would like to have one of those little Sea-Doo pontoon boats.
I feel like that would be good because it's not too big for y'all.
It is, and it's modular, so you can move seats around. You can configure it any way you want. And I'm not a fisherman anymore because of my neuropathy and my vision, so I don't fish anymore. So I don't have to have it set up for bow, like my other one had bow seats and a trolling motor, foot control, and I could fish off the pontoon. I don't do that anymore. So I just want something I can get out in the lake and just cruise around a little bit and take friends out. And the one we had, we could put tons of people on it, but we never did. I think I envisioned our whole family and friends like a party boat or something going on. And I think the most we ever had on that boat was probably maybe 5 or 6 people, and that thing would have held 8 or 10 legally, easily. Yeah. I mean, it was, and we had all the cushions and the flotation devices and everything so we could stay legal, but it was overkill. We didn't need that big a boat. We thought we did, and then when we got it,
I think Bass Pro Shop has one like on display.
Has the one of those
Sea-Doo?
Sea-Doos, yeah. Skeeters. It has a name.
I'm sure
it seems
Brian
like it
will
starts
tell us.
with an S. You know, I can't. My memory's not what it used to be. So.
Thank you for the donuts.
You're welcome. They're delicious,
remember if
aren't
I said thank you, but
you're welcome. I'm glad to do it. Licking Good Donuts. They're really good product. They're nice people, and I just wish they had Twisties earlier. You should have Twisties early in the morning because I love the Twisties. I think I'm too far. I'm almost out of the room. I didn't realize till I looked up. But anyway, we hope you're doing good and going to have a good weekend. There's a lot going on right now. There's a ceasefire going on in the war, so that's good news. The market was up this morning, and with the news that President Trump said that the war should be over pretty soon, and that's helped. I did see the fright, with the Gulf of Hormuz still closed. I saw where all of Europe claims they could be out of aviation fuel by June. I mean, no aviation gasoline for all of Europe
Yeah.
in the next month. And I didn't realize it was getting that bad.
That's kind of
like that.
scary.
It's very scary. We're luckier here, but, gas prices actually came down over the last week, about 8 cents, I think. It's still higher than it ought to be, but thank God at least it's come down a little bit this last week or so.
Yeah, I had to get gas this morning, $50.
Yeah, I got to fill mine up.
Almost 13 gallons.
Yeah, I got to fill mine up on the way out of here. I noticed when I was coming in, I stopped to get my heart attack in a can, and I noticed, I looked down and I went, ooh, I'm on empty. And I usually try to fill it up when it gets about halfway down so it doesn't shock me so bad because I'm only filling up half a tank to fill it up. But today's going to be, I need to go to the bank and get a second mortgage today because my Land Cruiser, I think I can and I put regular in it. You're supposed to put the premium, but I ain't doing that. I just put regular in it, and I can still put $80, $70 if the tank's near empty because it's got a huge tank. It's like a truck tank. And my pickup truck, it just kills me to have to fill those things. So I try to keep them filled up. I look at it when it's halfway, it's empty. So that
I wish I did that.
You should.
I wait till it gets like 10 miles.
I know. When that little orange light comes on and tells me I'm about to run out of gas is when I used to remember to get gas. But
I've been to the gas station. I made it to the gas station one day on 0 miles.
Yeah, I've done that. You know, one time I actually ran out of gas pulling into a gas. I was up on Green Springs Highway, and I looked. The thing had been on for a day or two, that little light. And I went, I better stop and get gas before I was on my way to work, but I was early. It's 5 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning, whatever. And as I turned my turn signal on, I was going to have to cross traffic and pull in. And when I gunned it to go across the traffic, everything went dead. So thank goodness I gunned it. It gave me just enough to get me going. And I literally coasted up completely dead to the pump.
That's good.
Then it didn't want to start right away. It was weird because I'd pumped, the fuel pump had run out.
Yeah.
Or whatever the injection, I don't know how it works nowadays, but I filled it up or put gas in it. I don't know if I filled it up, but I put gas in it, and then it didn't want to start right away, and it scared me. I thought, oh, God, but it did. But
So you got to shake the gas down in there.
I tried. I did everything, but it finally primed and ran, but oh, my God, but to actually coast to dead to the pump, now I've run out of gas before, even on the road, back when I was younger. Thank God I have not run out of gas in the middle, while driving probably in 40 years, since I was in my early 30s, mid 30s.
Yeah.
But through my 20s and teens and 20s, I ran out of gas all the time because I wasn't paying. I didn't think about the gas gauge. I was too busy having fun and driving.
I know when my light comes on, I have 43 miles.
Is that right? Yeah, I've heard it's anywhere from 30 to 50 on most vehicles.
Yeah.
I imagine on my Land Cruiser, that thing has such terrible gas mileage. I love that vehicle. I want to be buried in it. It's my favorite car I've ever owned, and I've owned a bunch of cars and some really nice ones. I've owned a, really fancy Mercedes convertible, big engine, fast. But that thing, once things start going wrong on those, you better have a big old bank account. And then I've had several convertibles. I've had Volkswagens. I've had trucks. I've had station wagon. Going through my life, I've had different kind of vehicles. And oh my God, this one, the Toyota Land Cruiser's been my favorite one for sure. But it's one big downfall to me is the gas mileage. It's got a huge engine, and it'll pull it. I could pull this building off the foundations with it, I think, and it's real safe and four-wheel drive. It's a big, heavy, safe vehicle, but oh my God, the gas mileage is not something you're really proud of.
Yeah.
But it's worth it to me because I like the vehicle so much, and it's everything I like in a vehicle. It's just been a great car.
My favorite car that I like my car now, but the most fun car I had, it was a convertible, and this was when I was 18,
Mm-hmm.
I had bleach blonde hair, convertible.
Driving with that top down.
It was a Toyota Solara. Yeah.
Those are great cars.
Well, it was my dad bought it for me. like someone was selling on Marketplace. I think it was like $3,000, and I loved it so much. But then we went to Wind Creek, the campground, and a storm came through, and a tree busted my windshield.
Oh, man.
And so after that, my windows just kept, like the quarter windows, they would go down by themselves or they'd get stuck.
It must have done something with the electrical system.
Yeah,
Something
but
went wonky.
and the top would get stuck. I love that car so much.
They're really pretty cars, too. They're real nice looking. I mean,
Yeah.
they really look sleek, and I love the Solarias. I had a friend that he was, well, matter of fact, he's now the sheriff of Shelby County, John Samaniego, and his wife was an FBI agent, and they had this pretty white Solaria, and I went with him to this event. We were down in Montgomery for the law enforcement stuff years ago, and we got to. He was in that Solaria, and that was the nicest riding car.
Yeah.
It was just beautiful.
Speakers are good.
Everything was good. Toyotas are good vehicles. I had an odd one. I had a full convertible. Do you remember the? I don't even know if they make them anymore. Saab, S-A-A-B. They're Swedish. They're made
The drinks?
No, they're a car.
Isn't there a drink called that?
Saab? I don't think so.
Maybe I'm crazy.
Saabs were bizarre little cars, and but they were made in Sweden. But now the convertible the parts were made in Sweden, but the car was actually built in Finland. And they were odd cars, but that's my next favorite car I ever owned was that Saab convertible. Manual, had a turbo. It was a great little car. I had a 93, I think it was. 93, I think. Oh my God, I loved that car. And I kept it for literally 20 years or 18 years. I mean, it finally got to where it was sitting in the driveway more than it was driving.
Yeah.
It had 300,000 miles on it.
That's pretty good.
And the engine was still phenomenal. The body was just gone, and the top went through 2 or 3 tops, But I love that car too.
How many miles do you have on your Land Cruiser?
I'll have to look, but it's knocking on 200,000. It's a 2011, I think. So
I
it's
think
getting pretty old.
James Spann 4Runner, his has like 400,000.
Now, I had a 4Runner before the Land Cruiser.
Yeah.
And my 4Runner, I sold it to a guy for like not much because it had 230,000. So he took it, and it was in pretty rough shape by then. It was also one of my favorite cars. So but it was a 2-wheel drive 4Runner. When I bought the 4Runner, I thought all 4Runners were 4-wheel drive or all-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive. Found out when I bought it, it wasn't. I went to, excuse me, when I first bought it, the next morning, I bought it on a Friday afternoon or Friday night, took it home. Got up the next morning, couldn't wait to go out and look at my new car and drive it, and went to see how to put it in 4-wheel drive.
And
There was no 4-wheel drive, and I
It's
found
not
out.
working.
I didn't know. So anyway, I put 200 and something thou on it. It was phenomenal, but it was rough. And so I sold it to a friend of mine. He fixed it up, and it looks like it came off the showroom. He fixed it up amazing. Now, this thing had over 200,000 miles on it. His wife's driving it now, and it says it's one of the best cars, and it's beautiful. He did a great job. But those cars are just rugged. I mean, they're amazing.
Yeah, my dad has a Tundra. I think his is almost to 300,000.
On what is it?
A Tundra.
Tundra, yeah.
It's like a 2010.
Well,
So-
this is 1 year older than my Land Cruiser.
Yeah.
I love it. Anyway, I got to get gas. That's the whole point. I got to put $100 of gas in it, I guess, when I leave here. So if you see me out on the road with a metal cup in my hand, instead of saying we'll work for food, I'll say we'll work for gas.
I'll have to take the donuts back to get gas money.
Well, I might see if I can sell them. $10 a donut. That would buy me half a
Dang.
tank of gas.
That's
Sad, isn't it?
expensive, but inflation.
What, the donuts?
Yeah.
So's the gas.
I'll give you $7.93 for the whole box.
No, yeah, here's the deal. Baden just bundled. He's known for bundling. He said $7.93 for all the rest of the donuts, which actually is a pretty good deal because I forgot what I paid for
Probably
that
like
whole box.
15.
But yeah, it was. He'd be getting a good deal. But that's what Baden's known for, a good deal for him. 8:09 is our time, 9 minutes after 8 o'clock. It was 61 when I came in. I'll have to look and see. I don't know what it is now, but it's going to be hot today. So be ready for that. Dry, of course. No rain in the forecast till a slight chance Saturday night into Sunday morning, but it's not much of a chance. So we've got these continuing drought conditions. Be safe. Don't burn. We'll be back in just a few minutes right here at Piper Peach Radio's Morning Mayhem. Stay with us.
Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
The plans you have for your property need the right equipment. Kubota has reliable tractors, utility vehicles, and mowers to help you make the most of your land, along with strong dealer support. Stop by today to explore our lineup. Right now, bring home select Kubota BX Series with 0% financing available or save up to $1,500. Now through February 28th, see us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Get by Clanton Tractor today or visit ClantonTractor.com.
It's 8:12, 12 minutes after 8 o'clock on this Friday morning. And I didn't look and see, but it's going to be another hot, dry day today, which is good if you want to do stuff outside unless you're going to kill yourself. But I'm telling you, don't be careful because, I mean, you get out and start doing heavy construction work and it gets up around, 90 because I think it's going up to 87 today, which is pretty hot.
I do have sorry, go on.
No, go ahead. I was just saying.
I have a fun little story I saw.
Okay. It's 67 right now.
What's the high for today?
87.
Oh, so 90 degrees.
Yep. But the humidity is not that bad, so that
good.
helps.
Yeah. So this raccoon went on a bender and ransacked a liquor store.
I've done that. So what happened?
He came in through the ceiling and fell, and I think when he fell, he busted a bunch of bottles of stuff.
And then they started licking?
Yes. So the employees of the liquor store called animal control. Excuse me. When the officer arrived, they said they found the raccoon passed out in the bathroom. And I saw a picture of it. He was like I don't even know how to explain it. He was flat, and all his arms and legs were just...
Was he on his back or on his stomach?
He was on his stomach.
Oh, I'm usually doing it on my back. There's nothing better than a good old drunk raccoon.
He was so cute.
But at least he knew to go to the bathroom. See, I think that's
true.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Instead of just staying out in the.
But I believe it was at an ABC store.
Was it really like an actual liquor store?
Yeah. So there's no telling what he got.
Well,
that's so funny, though.
well, you know what? You hear these stories about animals getting drunk, and it's pretty bizarre because I know that monkeys can really, if they can get a hold of alcohol, they will. But then there's also, there's in nature, there's birds that can get really drunk because they eat berries that have fermented on the thing, and it's got alcohol in it. They'll eat a bunch of that, and you got a bunch of drunk birds flying around or stumbling around, whatever.
So that might be why I hit the birds. They might be drunk.
Yeah, that's true. You might have a drunk bird and get out in front of you.
One time I was with my grandma, we were going somewhere, and a hawk hit the windshield.
Ooh.
That was scary.
Yeah, that's a big bird. Did it bust the
No.
windshield? It didn't?
No, I don't think so. I don't remember it breaking. But I just remember it hitting, and I was in the passenger seat, and I was like,
oh, yeah. It's, when I used to fly, there's that's what'll scare you to death is if you're flying along in a Cessna or something like that, a small single-engine airplane, and you hit a bird pretty solid on your windscreen, it will frighten you.
yeah.
Because first of all, you feel more vulnerable in an airplane. An airplane is not built as solid as a car. They got to be light, so they're not. A lot of people don't realize how fragile airplanes are. They're built to be as light as possible, which means they're not tanks up there. They're very light aircraft. And you hit a bird, especially a big one, and because there's many times that people would be shocked if they knew how many times bird strikes have killed a pilot. Because if it's a big bird and it comes through the windshield, and it'll in jets, like military jets, they've actually had pilots decapitated. That if they hit a big bird like a condor or something, and they're going, 600 miles an hour, bird comes right through the windscreen, cuts their head off.
That's what I was about to ask. How fast is a airplane usually going? Like normal speed, I would say, I guess?
Like a small plane?
Or just like
a small plane's only going anywhere between 75 and 180 miles
What
an
about
hour.
like a Delta or something?
Well, they're 5. Well, it depends on their altitude, but if they're cruising, they're going close to 600 miles an hour. Now, most birds aren't that high. So when they hit birds, they're typically somewhere between takeoff and landing and 20,000 feet. And so they're not going usually that fast. Now, the military jets are because they usually dive and they're doing much higher speeds at lower altitudes. And that's been a big problem with the Navy has so many pilots that are training near Pensacola or off the coast or in California. And, when you're near the water and the beach and all that sort of stuff, there's lots of big birds in the air like seagulls and pelicans. And man, you hit a 30-pound pelican at 400, 300 miles an hour. That's not good.
Yeah.
And it's not good for the pelican either. But, and of course, there's also like the guy that landed in the Hudson River, Scully. His airplane, they went through when they were just getting going and they were going pretty slow and were low. They went through a flock of big birds, you remember, and both engines ingested so many birds that they killed the engines, and they had to land on the Hudson, remember, in New York. So, I mean, ingesting birds in engines is a very common thing, and they actually design most big jet engines to handle a couple of birds no problem. They actually build them so they can take in a bird or two, and it doesn't do anything.
For some reason, to my brain just said, why don't they put like a screen over it?
You can't. It impedes airflow.
That's what I was thinking. Like if a bird gets stuck, then
well, I mean, it impedes
who's going to
airflow,
go out there
but
and get it
screen
off?
alone does.
Yeah.
You got to remember these airplanes are sucking in wind at almost supersonic speed. The wind is going almost supersonic going into that to feed the engine. You can't. They develop those turbines a certain way. You put a screen over it, just flying can't happen.
Yeah.
But like you said, then I don't know what screen would hold a 30-pound bird at 300
True,
miles an
yeah.
hour. So they just have to design the engines to actually ingest birds and just not destroy the engine or damage it if they can. But if you get 30 of them at once, it clogs it up.
This is why I'm not an engineer.
Yeah, me too. I'm not either. But I know that when I used to fly some helicopter traffic for Birmingham way back in the late 70s, early 80s, and we'd be riding along, and a helicopter is nothing but a little helicopter is nothing but a big bubble, right? Just plastic. It's not glass, but it's plexiglass. It's plastic everywhere. We hit birds all the time, and it actually got to where it wouldn't even hardly startle you. It would only startle you because suddenly there's this dark object hitting it, and back. But you're going so slow, it just goes thunk.
Yeah.
Poor bird. It usually kills the bird, but it doesn't break. It's not gonna. We're going so slow, it's just not gonna break the screen or anything. But boy, it'll wake you up.
Yeah.
It'll startle you.
I also saw. Sorry, I just kicked you. I saw this story and I thought of you.
I don't know. Another drunk raccoon?
No.
Okay.
So this one's called Funeral Crasher.
Oh, funeral crasher.
Have you ever?
There are people that crash funerals.
Yeah. Have you ever done that?
No.
So
I'm not a big funeral person.
I hate them.
You are?
No, I hate them.
Yeah,
I don't like them.
I don't hate them, but they're
not my favorite.
Yeah, I'll go to pay respects and all. Let's just say I don't volunteer to go to everyone I can because I don't know. I just don't like. They're just sad.
Yeah.
Even if they're really sad if it's a child or someone dies younger or tragically is killed or whatever. But even when you go to someone who's lived a good long life and people loved them or they were cared for, it's sad. I mean, I don't care if you live to be 110. When they pass, you don't feel like it's tragic, but they're still gone.
Yeah.
Sad, yeah. So I know my mother had a friend who loved funerals, and she would actually, back in the old days when every day you read a newspaper, and every newspaper had an obituary section. This friend of my mother's, would look through that obituary section every morning to see if there was an interesting funeral somewhere near her house. And she would, look and see if it was at Elmwood, which is a big cemetery, in Birmingham. And she did live near Elmwood. And there were a couple other cemeteries she knew was within, 30 minutes of her house. If she saw something and it looked interesting, she'd go and just go to the funeral because she loved singing and she loved the music and she loved to hear the eulogy. She wouldn't go to the graveside, but she would go to the service.
I think the songs are the worst part. Like the sad songs.
They can be really sad, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, my mother's friend loved funerals. And so the funny thing is, this is back I'm talking in the 50s and 60s mainly. When I was a little kid, I remember hearing Mother talk about her and how she would go to these funerals. So it's like late 50s, all through the 60s, probably in the early 70s too. Well, you got to remember, this was Birmingham and Alabama back in the Jim Crow days, back when, racial stuff was so different than it is now. And this woman would see an interesting funeral and not know that she was going to be the only white lady at this funeral. Didn't bother her a bit, man. She'd go to that funeral and and then of course, if it's all black people that do that, and back then, that was, segregation was so strong. And this one, and she, by the way, she also loved going to funerals because she loved dressing up real fancy, for a funeral. So this really classy, dressed up white lady shows up, and she's the only white person in the group. Everybody's going to want to know, how did she know the deceased? Well, she, didn't, because she just saw her in the paper or him in the paper. And so they would come up. She had all these elaborate stories she would come up with to explain why she was at the funeral. Like, I met him one time, or I met her one time in the store, and she was just so lovely, or he was such a gentleman. And they'd say, oh, that's nice. They'd be really, And she was just going for basically, sounds horrible. She's going to funerals for the entertainment value because she loved funerals. Now, she was respectful and all, don't get me wrong.
I think that part of it's really sweet.
Yeah, but how respectful are you to show up at a funeral of someone you have no idea who they are? You just read their obituary and thought it sounded interesting. So what's the story you have for the crasher?
So the 74-year-old man, he funded his own crematorium. Is that how you say it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he decided to fake his death to see how people would respect him.
So he was going to fake his death and then see how many people showed up or talked about him. How was he? Did he put on a disguise?
It said that he shocked mourners at his own funeral by rising from the dead and participating in the rituals. I don't know why that reminded me of you.
How do you rise from the dead?
Well, not the dead, but the coffin, I guess.
Well, I'm saying, how do you rise from if you've been burnt, if he has a crematorium?
Ooh, I don't
Do
know.
the ashes, did he, I mean, he must not have been, I don't understand how if he had a crematorium, then he wasn't cremated. So that's bizarre. So 'cause it's hard to hide in an urn.
Yeah.
I can see you laying in a coffin and then setting up and going, hey, everybody, I was just kidding.
Maybe the
Now,
urn
let me
was...
ask you this. Would that not make people really angry?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
First of all, if you really had friends and family that really thought you were dead, and now you show up that it's a joke, that you did it just to see how, that's bizarre that he would do. I mean, wow.
I feel like I would do it, but...
I don't want to, listen, I don't want to know how people are going to react at my funeral. I don't want, that might hurt my feelings.
I might get mad that someone's not reacting right, and I'm going to be like...
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to die anyway.
Well, here's the deal. I've told my wife, and I'll tell this publicly. When I go, I don't care if it's later today from my heart exploding from drinking 200 of these, or if it's tomorrow, or if it's next month, or next year, or 20 years from now. I don't care when I go. I don't want hardly a tear shed because I've had the most amazing, wonderful, blessed life a human being could have. I've lived a phenomenal, wonderful life. I've had great family, great friends. I mean, it's all been positive. I mean, I've had my ups and downs.
Yeah.
We've had problems. You know, I've lost parents. I've lost, that's life. But my life has been phenomenal. And I don't care if suddenly a grizzly bear attacks me today and eats me, tears me apart and eats me, and it's a horrible death.
And you're like, peace.
No tears need to be shed because my life has been phenomenal. So when I die, if anybody wants to pay any respects to me, and you want to come, if you'll come to whatever my service is, tell stories about how goofy or dumb or whatever I was, and laugh your butts off, and know that and celebrate the fact that my life was wonderful.
Yeah.
And there should be no sadness, no tears, no sorrow. Just know that I everything's good. It's all positive because I have had this phenomenal life, and it's, I'd love, now don't get me wrong, I'm not ready to go today. I'm not ready. But if it happened, so be it. But I'm telling you, have a party. I told my wife that we've got it in our, our living life directory. I told her, I told the lawyer that was helping me put my stuff together, I said, can I put in there that it's mandatory that my funeral service is not a funeral service, but just can you say it's a party? And he says, I guess you can put it in there legally, but would you? And I said, yeah. So I got to check to see if he did it, because I think he thought I was maybe ready to go right then, a little crazy. But no, that's the way I feel. I don't want any sadness or tears. I want people to tell the funny and the goofy stuff and just know and laugh about it, because it's the way it ought to be.
Yeah.
I might, I'm not going to fake my death and sit up during my service, but I have, and this is the honest to goodness truth. I've actually thought about pre-recording some stuff.
Do it.
What I wanted to do was have it where if I had a viewing which I don't want a viewing, but if I had a viewing, when you know those pads you step on at the grocery store, and when you step on it, it opens the door. Have a pad in front of my coffin, and when you step up on it, a recording goes off, and it'd be like, "Hey there, how are you? Thanks for coming." You know, and somebody else steps on, "Hey, you're looking good today. Thank you for coming and seeing me." You know,
I think you should.
yeah, I thought
That would be different.
because I did see a guy in England that did the funniest thing. He actually had he made a recording long before he died, and he had it in his will. They put this loudspeaker and sound system in his coffin. Nobody knew it. It was hidden like where his feet were, and that was closed.
Yeah.
When they lowered him into the grave, and everyone's around the gravesite, there's a video of it, and it's hilarious. They lowered him down, and everybody's sad and standing around, and the priest or vicar, well, he was British, so it was a vicar or something, in his little robe, standing at the head of the thing, and you see him lower his coffin down, and they're getting ready to start. Over there, all the guests are supposed to throw a handful or a shovel of dirt on it.
Yeah.
That's part of the burial. They're getting ready to do that, and you hear down in the hole, you hear, "Let me in. What are you doing? It's all dark in here." This banging on the coffin, and his voice saying, "What's going on? I can't see it. It's dark in here.
I can just.
And they were, shocked for a moment, and then they realized this guy was a jokester, and be like Baden.
That's pretty nice. That would be funny.
They immediately just, and it was so neat because, here's this sad event. They're burying this guy, and he ends up breaking them all up into hilarity and laughter and stuff. I mean, there were some people that fell on the ground laughing.
I love dark humor.
And that's, since he was the one that did it, that's not even dark humor. That's just plain funny.
See, I can just imagine the person like on their phone about to hit like go, and I couldn't do that. I would just be giggling. Like
what now?
Like about to hit go connected to the speaker.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah,
I would
don't know how they did
I would
that.
just be giggling, waiting for it.
Yeah. I'm sure someone was, but it was the video's great. You can see it on YouTube somewhere. You can probably type "talking from the coffin" or whatever.
I'll have to do that.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. I mean, I'd love to do something like that. I just got to come up with something even better.
He's giving us mixed signals.
Yeah, we're getting 3 different signals at once. I saw green, red, and yellow. Stop! In the name of love, before... Sorry. You don't need to hear that singing. It's 8:31, 29 away from 9 o'clock. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to grab another donut, and we'll be back with you. So stay with us right here on Piper Peach Radio's Morning Mayhem.
Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
The plans you have for your property need the right equipment. Kubota has reliable tractors, utility vehicles, and mowers to help you make the most of your land, along with strong dealer support. Stop by today to explore our lineup. Right now, bring home select Kubota BX Series with 0% financing available or save up to $1,500. Now through February 28th, see us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Get by Clanton Tractor today or visit ClantonTractor.com.
Need care fast? Come see us at Chilton Urgent Care, 1210 7th Street South in Clanton. We offer efficient care with minimal wait times and a wide array of services, including on-site x-rays, wound care, and quick assistance with urgent needs. Medicare and most private insurance and private pay welcome. No appointment needed. Walk in Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 8 to 4. Call 205-280-0620. Chilton Urgent Care. Quality care when you need it. Looking to save some money and keep your vehicle running smooth? Head to McSweeney Auto Group for their oil change special, just $29.95. Mark your calendar for March 11th, 12th, and 13th, and again, March 26th, 27th, and 28th. And that's not all. This special will continue the 2nd and 4th weeks of April and May, giving you 3 full months of savings. Here's how it works. Take a quick test drive and receive your oil change voucher. It's that simple. Offer valid Tuesday through Thursday only. Excludes high performance and diesel oil changes.
Back on this Friday morning. It's 8:35, 25 minutes away from 9 o'clock. Going to be another hot, dry weekend, which is great. There is a slight chance of rain, they said, coming in maybe Saturday night through Sunday morning, but it's like 20%. So right now we need one of those long, slow soakers. We need one front to come in here and just settle in. Nothing big, heavy, or scary, but just steady rain for about 3 days straight, nonstop, to get this drought conditions. Because even a little rain, just a few hours of rain, doesn't do you much good. It doesn't hurt, but it doesn't really get us back out of the drought. So.
Yeah.
So I thought you said you had something.
Sorry, it was a long moment of silence.
Yeah, there is.
It's the donuts.
Yeah, I need another donut. I forgot to get one.
You can get one.
I'll get one in a minute. So what you got?
So I saw where this, first of all, it starts off with Florida man.
Always those stories. A Florida man. Okay.
Yeah. That's how you know it's going to be good.
It's going to be bizarre. Yep.
So these 2 guys got arrested for driving with a dead alligator.
Uh-huh. Was it in the back seat?
So 2 men in Celebration, Florida were arrested after police officers spotted them driving with a dead alligator strapped to the roof of the car.
To the roof of the car. Now that's awesome.
The alligator was covered with a white sheet, likely to conceal it, I guess.
Yeah, that's not suspicious.
But
had they bubble wrapped it or anything, or did it
I don't
look
think
like
so.
A sheet around an alligator?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But it drew attention from the officer, of course. So the men admitted that they knew it was illegal to possess an alligator in Florida.
Is it?
That's what it says.
You can't. What if it
illegal?
Was just,
yeah.
What if they found it just dead on the road or something? You still can't.
They claimed that they were transporting the reptile to a taxidermy office to be stuffed.
So that's against the law?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I guess, I don't know. Alligators were an endangered species for a while, so they did have all these, and they still have, I think, a lot of restrictions on it. I know that somebody told me, there are alligators galore in Lay Lake. Yeah, you can see evidence of them all over the place. People have taken pictures of them in the lake, but you can go to some of these back creeks and you can see where they have the slides, where they slide down the mud into the way they come in and out of the river. And, there are I mean, we're in alligator territory now.
Yeah.
Especially with global warming or whatever. They're supposedly moving north. But I've been told you can't kill an alligator. Like if you're on your dock and your kids are swimming right off the pier and an alligator's coming at them, if you shoot the alligator, you're going to jail. Now, if I've got kids in the water and I see an alligator, I'm sorry. It's bye-bye alligator, and I'll take my time in jail. But
how they go find out you shot it?
well, I mean, if you shoot it and it floats off and then they find an alligator with a bullet hole in it, you know, and they can find out, get witnesses, I don't know. I mean,
it does say that the federal Florida law prohibits the possession of alligators without permits and transporting them without authorization. Authorization
so I guess
is a violation.
If you find one dead and you want to stuff it, I guess you can go apply for a permit to transport it and stuff it.
So leave it on the ground, go get the permit, come back, and take it to the taxidermy.
I guess you have to. No one else is supposed to steal. You know, if you're worried about somebody else getting your alligator, they can't do it either legally. So I guess you can. I don't know. I have a hard time with alligators. They're like snakes to me. They're reptilian. They don't seem to have. They're not like cuddly and loyal and friendly and warm.
So you don't like snakes either?
I don't. I'm not phobic about snakes. It's not like I freak out with a snake. A snake is is an animal, and even poisonous ones, I don't like freak out. I don't want them biting me.
Yeah.
But I don't freak. But I don't like them.
Yeah.
You know, to me, reptiles seem cold and distant. You know, my wife, of course, like a lot of people, just are scared to death and hate mice, rats, squirrels. She's got this, you know, if a squirrel ever got in the house, she'd be terrified.
I want a baby squirrel.
Well, I don't have a problem with any rodents because they seem warm and friendly in a way. I mean, you know, there's nothing cuter than a squirrel. They're damaging and they're also very tasty, by the way, but squirrels, you know, are fun to watch. They're smart, they're resourceful. They just can be damaging and drive you crazy. Raccoons, same way. You shouldn't feed raccoons because raccoons become dependent on you feeding them, and then they become a pest, and then they damage things, and then you got to kill them or whatever.
See, I also want a raccoon too.
Yeah, raccoons seem.
I think it's illegal in Alabama.
I think you can get a permit to. It's like any exotic animal or whatever wild animal. There are certain permits you can apply for and get, but I don't think they're easy to get. I think you have to prove you're doing it for a reason, like you rehabbing them or you're using them for educational purposes. I know there are some reasons for being, but I don't think you can have like a companion alligator, you know, or a service animal that's an animal, you know.
Oh, at my old job, I always had to go to FedEx and drop stuff off. And one day I went in there, and this man in front of me had this big monkey. I mean, he was this big, and he was just sitting on him. He didn't even have a leash, but that thing looked at me, and I was like, it was scary looking. But it was just sitting there.
Well, I guess it's like his companion animal or something.
I don't know.
I like monkeys.
And the poor lady that was behind the counter, she would not come out.
She was freaking?
Yeah, she was like, I'm not coming out. Who brings a monkey into a FedEx? Leave him in the car.
I kind of like it though.
It was just different. I walked in and I was like,
I mean, capuchin monkeys. I think I'd like. I had a capuchin monkey one time. Freakishly fall in love with me. I was at the Alabama State Fair one year, and they had monkeys, capuchin monkeys that would ride dogs like jockeys.
Yeah.
There were commercials. Monkeys riding dogs. Remember that commercial? Do you remember those commercials?
I have seen it recently though. Like
the dogs ran around a track like race dogs, and monkeys would ride them like jockeys.
Yeah.
And so they came to the Alabama State Fair in Birmingham one year, and I was doing my remote out there for the radio station. And so I decided to go up. They would bring one of the monkeys out, and it would be out there with its owner, trainer, whatever, and it just have a little jockey outfit on, and then just sit there and wait. And then you could pay somebody $5 or $20, I don't know what it was, and you could go up on the stage. They had a chair. You'd sit in the chair and face out, and he'd do something with the leash, and the monkey would jump up and sit in your lap and turn around, and you could have your picture made with this monkey in your lap, both of you looking at the camera. The monkey was well trained. It would hop up in the person's lap and just turn around and stare at the camera, and it'd go, and then the monkey would hop down, and the person would go, and another person would.
I hope he's getting profit.
Who?
The monkey.
Well, he gets fed, I guess. Anyway, so I'm in line to get my picture made with Spunky the monkey. I don't know what his name was. I used to know his name, but anyway, I'm in line, and there's about 4 people ahead of me. And this lady's up there, and the monkey gets up in the lady's lap and turns and looks out at us to get his picture made. And I was with a buddy of mine named Daniel, and the monkey, you could see, he just turned like he's bored to death and looked out, and he saw me, and he kind of went, he perked up, weird. You could see him like he was just like this, and he went,
That's
and
scary.
started looking, yeah. And I went, and Daniel looked at me, and I looked at Daniel. Daniel said, "Is it my imagination, or is that monkey staring at you?" And so I shuffled to the left about 4 steps, and the monkey followed me. So he was looking at me, and he was kind of smiley. I mean, you could tell he was happy. All right, so then he hops down, but when he hops down, he used to hop down and go stand next to the leg of his trainer. He hopped down and he went over by the trainer, but he was looking at me. And the next person got up, and the monkey was looking at me and got up and was getting more excited as I got closer to my turn. Daniel's falling out now. He's laughing because this monkey obviously has some interest in me that he doesn't have in anybody else. So the guy in front of me goes up, and the trainer can hardly keep the monkey in the guy's lap and looking outward, because it's like it's doing this and looking at me and kind of going, making a little noise, chirping like that. And I'm now going, this is really scary, freaky.
Yeah.
Guy walks off, and the trainer says, "Come on." And while I'm coming up the steps, the monkey goes berserk and is trying to get to me before I even get in the chair. And the trainer's going, I've never seen him do this. He's never done this. What's going on? You know, even the trainer who lives with this monkey all the time and goes all over the country with him was freaking out. I got up in that chair, and that monkey hopped up in my lap and hugged me.
Oh.
So I thought, this is so weird. And he was like, he'd get up and put his head against my neck and go,
He thought you were his mom.
I guess, or something. So get this. Finally, the guy gets him to turn around, and I'm freaking out now, but I smile. The monkey freezes for long enough for him to go click, get the picture. And then he can't get the monkey out of my lap hardly. So he finally gets the monkey out of my lap, and I get off the thing, and I go over to get my picture. And what they did is they would take it and electronically feed it to a printer. And 4 minutes later, they put it in a folder and hand it to you. So they put the picture in a folder and hand it to me. And me and Daniel, he didn't get his picture made with it. He just was with me. He was our promotion guy at the station. We walk off. He said, "Let me see your picture." And I said, "Oh, yeah, I hadn't seen it." So I opened it up, and he goes, "Oh, my God." And I looked at it, and I went, "Oh, my God." I'm smiling at the camera. The monkey is smiling at the camera. And I swear to God, because I've got the picture, I'll look it up sometime and show you. He looks like my son. We look identical. We got the same grin, the same teeth, the same eyes. We look like father and son. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. And Daniel fell out. I mean, he just said, "Oh my God, you got it a little bit. You didn't know you had that. You've been messing around with a monkey." And I mean, I guess the monkey thought I looked so familiar.
Did you have hair then, or?
I did have hair, and
Okay.
even the hair, my hair was kind of puffy, and the monkey's hair was puffy. I mean, I'll look it up and show it.
Yeah,
It's in
I
my-
need to see the
It
picture.
takes a while, but I've shown people this, and they go, "Oh my God!" It's astounding how much me and the monkey look like father and son, or brothers, or something. It's just, and then I think, why am I telling people that I look so much like a capuchin monkey? That's not really helping me.
So is the capucha like the small ones,
He's about,
or normal?
about that tall, about 2 feet high, 24.
Are they like the skinny ones?
Yeah, the ones like the organ grinders used to have, the long arms, the ones they'd come take your quarter. Have you ever seen an organ grinder?
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
The
now.
guys that used to play music, and the monkey would go around and take money from
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Yeah, capuchins.
Monkeys are so cute, but they scare me.
Well, this one,
Brian said dollar bills, personal evolutionary chart.
bingo. You got the capuchin directly to me. There's no middle ground. No going from capuchin to orangutan to chimpanzee to gorilla to human. No, it's straight capuchin dollar bill.
So did that make you? What's your favorite animal?
Dog, probably, I guess.
Oh, so not the monkey.
No, the monkey scared me a little bit.
Yeah.
That was a little creepy. I like monkeys. I mean, they're very, they can be really troublesome. Like, they talk about chimpanzees, like cheetah in Tarzan. Chimpanzees are really, really big and really, really strong. And they're probably, they and orangutans and gorillas, they're big and muscular. And, a chimpanzee can easily kill you.
Oh, yeah.
Human, easily. And a lot of people used to, because of, I guess, Tarzan and cheetah, people back in the 30s, 40s, 50s really got into having chimpanzees before the laws prevented it as pets. They'd get them as tiny little babies and bring them up like a child, put them in diapers when they're little, and
Yeah.
dress them up, and they would be part of the family. But it turns out, like a lot of humans, chimpanzees, when they get elderly, can get very crotchety and mean. They just, I don't know if they get Alzheimer's or if they get, I don't know what it is, but there have been so many so many incidences of older chimpanzees who had been in a family for years, always been a great pet or family member, however you want to look at it, suddenly turning on and hurting or killing people.
Yeah.
They just go insane, or
Like
they
a
get
switch.
mad. And, there was that one incident where that lady had a chimpanzee she'd had all its life, and it was her companion and all this stuff. And her friend came over to visit, and the chimpanzee ate the other lady's face off, jumped on it, and literally ate her face, she survived and had no face. It was a horrible mangled mess. And she's one of the ladies, I think, where they tried to do the face transplant, where they took a person
Yeah.
who had died and literally put their face on this woman. But yeah, it was a horrible story. And they're so strong, you can't fight them off. They can rip your arm off, or whatever they want to do, they're going to do.
We were at, I believe it was Chattanooga Zoo, and they have a big enclosure for gorillas and stuff. And we were just walking. We just got there, and this gorilla goes from one side of the window and just runs and hits the other side of the glass. And we were like right there, and I was like, "Oh my
Scare
gosh!"
you to death.
Yeah, because
They're
they
powerful.
they could easily break that glass.
Well, I think they got that glass where they can't.
I would hope.
But yeah, you're right.
But
Scary.
he was, I mean,
They're huge.
and if he was to get out, he would eat everybody.
Oh yeah. I mean, they can do whatever they want to do. They're so powerful. But those silverback gorillas that live in the highlands that are so big and powerful. They say they're actually, they can kill you in an instant, but they'll scare you to death because they do a lot of that projected aggression.
Mm-hmm.
banging on their
Yeah.
chest and growling at you and running at you like they're about to eat you, and then stop instantly and intimidate you. But they say that a lot of them are not. They're really pretty. They can be pretty docile, and they can be really smart. I mean, they're really close to us.
The zookeeper was telling us that, like, for the gorillas, they get birth control, stuff like that, and like basically all the same medicines that us humans take, they can take as well.
Yeah, because they're so close to us
like
genetically.
high cholesterol medicine.
Really?
Yeah, it was cool.
That is pretty amazing. I remember Jane Goodall. She was the famous lady that followed all the chimpanzees for decades and gave us such insights into how chimpanzees live and their social units and stuff. And it really was amazing because even though we all know monkeys and apes look a lot, seem to bear a lot of resemblance to humans, I don't think we realized until she did her study just exactly how much they are like us. The way they treat their fellow monkeys or apes and their babies and their family units and stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive, really. But I don't know, evolutionist versus creationist. There's people say we're not that close, but genetically we are close. I don't know that Homo sapien came from apes, but now they're finding scientifically that Homo sapien, we weren't the only humanoids on the earth we've always heard of the Neanderthals, but there were all these other races that all lived at pretty much the same time and competed for stuff. And the big question is they're finding out now the Neanderthals they don't know why, they're really more adapted to surviving than we are. They were bigger, stronger, faster. They were really smart. They weren't the cavemen you think of with that were just dumb. These guys, they had language. They and Homo sapien, us humans, were right there together. And they don't know why. I don't think exactly why Neanderthals died away. They're surprised that there aren't both of us living together on this earth even now. So it's fascinating stuff scientifically, but I don't know. I'm just glad I'm here. And I'm glad I've got a capuchin son somewhere that hopefully he's still riding.
And your donuts.
And my donuts. Hopefully he's still riding dogs.
You better.
Monkeys riding dogs. By the way, I did that commercial. That was my voice.
Oh, so you did good.
Mm-hmm.
You better take Miss Mary a donut.
Oh, I will. I'll take her a couple. I may have to have another one on the way home. I've already eaten 2. Good Lord. And I've got one more of these to go.
There's only 10 calories in one of those. So.
Well, I do get the no sugar.
Oh, so.
Yeah, so there's no.
You're good.
It's not bad for
It
diabetes.
equals out.
I don't know. I think it's got chemicals in it that I can't even pronounce, and I'm not sure that's so good. That's a lot of stuff in there and I don't understand any of them.
Well, that's not the ingredient list.
Where's the ingredient?
It's right here. The top ingredient is carbonated water.
Yeah, that's what I hope.
So, and some other things that I don't know what they are.
Like L-arginine and all that stuff. Yeah.
L-carnitine.
Yeah.
Niacinamide.
Yeah.
Estergum.
Oh yeah, gotta have my escargam.
Okay, yeah, I don't know the rest.
It's all chemicals, but
So
it's tasty chemicals.
Do you prefer Alani's over Monsters now?
No.
Or do you just go back and forth?
Well, here's the deal. I love my Monsters, the white one. That's my go-to. That's my favorite. But the Alani has that one flavor I just had,
The
which
cherry.
is called cherry slush, I think.
Yeah.
And it is like dessert. I only get one of those every now and then because they're so tasty. They don't seem to they don't quench my thirst at all. That matter of fact, after I drink one of those, I'm thirstier.
Yeah.
It's like it makes me thirsty.
I wonder if they do that
But
on
I like
purpose.
the flavor. I like the taste. I don't think any of these are supposed to be that good for you. But you know what?
It's okay.
At my age now, what have I got to worry about?
It's your time to go. It's your time to go.
That's right, even if it is by the hand of a monster. All right, it is 8:58, just a couple of minutes now before 9 o'clock. We're about out of time. It's going to be, again, a beautiful weekend as far as just no rain hardly in the forecast, but we sure do need the rain. But we're still in drought conditions, no burning in most areas. Some parts of Alabama are just dry, and some parts, north central Alabama, is under light drought. But boy, central and south Alabama, we've got some severe drought conditions. I mean, they're really bad and getting worse. So be careful. Don't be burning stuff, especially if you've got the winds blowing, because we don't need any fires to get out of control.
Yeah.
And I think there's a burn. I haven't seen the exact thing, but they were talking about there's burn warnings. I don't think it's one of those bans yet, but I know there are burn warnings in a lot of areas. There may be a ban in South Alabama. So in our area here, we might better be very careful. Hope you have a good weekend, though, and you're safe and have a good time. We're getting close to the end of the school year. You know, here we are near the end of April. A lot of the schools now get out early or mid-May. When I was a kid, you went all the way almost always to the very end of. You went always to the end of May. I remember we used to get out like 30th of May or 29th.
Yeah.
Now they're getting off. Some kids get off like second week in May, first week in May.
I think that's when college ends, or at least my final is in like first or second.
Yeah,
of May.
I remember college did let out earlier than high school and elementary and all that stuff. So just be safe. Have a great weekend, and we'll be back with you here Monday morning.
Monday. Bye.
Have a good